Darren's forgotten dice, which is a foolish mistake.
Need more dice.
That's okay,
More?
Yeah.
Mate, what are you doing?
You probably have more here than most of us combined.
Not the right colours.
Not the
Ooh. Yeah.
To get myself some dice.
Well, yeah, because I stole yours. So,
Like,
It's really easy to get. Yeah.
you got them off eBay or something.
Yeah.
Alright, so welcome to Pathfinder Thursday, which we are taking submissions for name changes, I guess.
wait, have we actually told anyone?
We haven't told anyone yet.
Well, no, but at some stage we will, and then we will take more submissions. So, cryptically, we may be taking more submissions for name changes. So, as always, if it's your first time and you enjoy the content, hit follow. If you want to catch up with all the past episodes are on YouTube, the button is below. And now the recap, which Shay has conveniently opened for me. Thank you very much. So, last week, again, we were done. And we couldn't figure out the paintings, so we rode dinosaurs. Did we ride dinosaurs?
Yeah, he summons
Pterodactyls.
Oh, that's right, because, yeah, okay, so we rode dinosaurs straight into Bishop's Trap, which seemed like a good idea at the time, because Aisha wanted to save Rook. On the way, we saw a bunch of people with backwards knees fighting people without backwards knees. That's a good description.
It was. Accurate.
So we get Rook to survey the area. We get to Rook and then we survey the area. We can get him to survey the
He was currently prisoner.
Yeah. And then we started saving him. Bishop teleported in and we started fighting. Then we and our dinosaur fought Bishop and his two Cyclops and the man-eating Urbag. After a long fight and lots of ducking and weaving, I like to call it ducking around, because that's what we were doing.
You're a ducking idiot.
Well, you know, that's what it autocorrects to, so we can say it, right? Our Urbag may be undead or not. All the sons of Sunhome are alive. Undead Urbag still lives. And Aisha and Sasha teleported into the air 800 foot and then 800 foot onto a rooftop, and now no one knows where they are or what will happen next, and something about a ring.
And my name's Claire.
We have a special guest.
We have a special guest auditing for a place in our next adventure.
Auditing?
We'll make it.
Auditing.
Auditing.
She's
She's on a trial period.
Yeah, well, it's auditing like when you audit classes and so you're taking a course.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're looking.
We're bad people.
Oh yeah, we're such bad people.
I'm a
we,
bad person.
And now we're
just hiding
pretending
really
to be
well.
even worse people.
yeah. So as always, I will now pass over to Kevin.
Alright, so we will lead with Sasha and Aisha, who are standing on the rooftop of a building trying to figure out what they want to do. By this point, Sasha feels the pull of the Ring of the Dark One, slowly worming its way into her thoughts.
I have to read this.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Like, okay, so I'm having a couple of beers because I can. And Tui has trivia on their lids. And this one is, how do you spell Narua Wahia? Which, if you used to drive from Hamilton to Auckland, you would have driven through Narua Wahia. And
Oh, don't look at me.
what?
Yeah.
Will you kill me for giving it a crack?
I will not kill you for giving it a crack.
I can't guarantee I'll get it right, but I'll give it a crack.
Be racist. Get it wrong.
Wow. Please give it a try. Go.
NGA,
Yes.
RUA,
Yes.
R, A.
No.
NGA, RUA, WHA.
No.
Okay. WA,
Yes.
WHA?
No.
Or HIA?
NGA
Yeah.
RUA
Yeah.
WAHIA.
HIA.
Narua Wahia.
PER.
Anyway, sorry.
For our
Continue.
international viewers, that's Maori.
There's an actual place here.
Yes, that
We
is the
have
place
places
between,
that have weird names.
between Auckland and Hamilton. Hamilton, don't go there.
That's not that weird of a name.
What, Hamilton?
No. That one.
Narua Wahia.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Not like Waikakamukau.
Mm,
That's a weird name.
that is a weird name.
I find
We're technically currently in Waitakere City. People might think that's weird.
that's not a
It's
thing
not.
anymore.
Is it? Well, yeah,
Super City, son.
Yeah. Atakari is just a region. It's not a city no more.
Sorry, kick it old school.
Now that we're derailed,
Mm.
I will try to focus myself
Yes.
and will myself to put the ring inside one of my pouches of holding.
You may roll a will save with the appropriate bonuses that you have been allowed.
Oh, don't like feet.
30.
30 allows you to put the ring in the pouch despite great reluctance. You have not muffled the sound or the feeling that you have in your head. What do you wish to do next?
Aisha, I have put the ring somewhere safe.
I'll watch you do it.
We need to get something to contain this. We need to get a lead box of sorts to try and muffle this magical presence so that certain people in our party don't know where it is. Because if they find it, I don't know if we can stop them.
I use prejudiciation.
Prestidigitation.
Yes, that. Because with it, I can create non-magical small objects. And I can make it any material I like. They'll just be fragile compared to the real thing. But I can conjure a lead box.
Is lead defined as fragile now?
No, well, this is just a fragile version of whatever it is.
Lead is naturally fragile as you can drop it on the ground and it bends.
Brittle is not fragile.
Brittle is fragile.
It's the same thing.
It just means that it can be easily broken.
Okay.
Whatever the thing I make is.
You can create such a thing if you wish.
Okay? I said put it in this.
I put it inside of that and then I put that bag in. I put that lead container inside my bag of holding.
Okay, so now you're putting the ring into the
So I
container.
haven't touched the ring. The ring is in the bag.
The ring is in the bag.
The bag is in the box.
The bag is now in the box.
The
that
box
you
is in
created.
the bag.
Wait, what?
The ring is in the bag.
The ring is in a bag. The bag is in his box.
It's in the box. I've taken it off him.
Okay.
So that he cannot touch the bag.
Can your bag fit in his box?
How big is your
Yeah.
is it a bag of holding? Because then it's backpack
It's,
size.
it's a pouch of holding, which we got specifically made that I said was like a money coin,
Okay.
coin purse
Yeah.
size.
Does that?
Yeah,
big?
that's not very. That's like the size
Okay,
of
so
this.
that goes into that bag, and then
That container
Yep.
then gets placed inside my bag of holding.
okay, you have managed to nest these bags in the
Securely
way
in the secure
securely.
space.
What do you wish to do next?
Upon doing that, I will pause for a couple of minutes to see if I get any urges or feelings from said security.
Oh, you still feel an
I
urge. It has
feel an
been
urge.
muffled slightly, like someone shouting at you from a different room, but you still feel it.
Wow, from a different dimension?
Well, it's a pocket dimension, so technically
Tiny.
still within our
Yeah,
dimension.
it's just a separate space.
Yeah.
Like, I was gonna say
It's
tiny
just-
hut, but not tiny hut. It's that other
Ah,
one.
Tiny Hut
The
is
rope trick one.
Yeah.
Tiny Hut
Like-
is actually within the space.
Yeah.
Aisha,
Good times.
can you help me stop them from getting this item if they try to? Was
Stand.
we
anyone else that tries to... You're not there.
well
Anyone
I
else?
should make a will save.
29.
It's fine. You, on the other hand, do not feel any compulsion to wear the ring. However, you do recognize its danger and the fact that if anyone else wears it,
Bad thing.
things could be bad. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the ring has no compulsion over me, and the other two is gonna. They will suspect you to hide it on your body, so hand it to me.
this is gonna be quite
I ask
interesting.
you, do you feel compulsion by the ring?
I don't feel compulsion by the ring, but I can't.
Do you feel its effects on you?
No.
That's
You may
right.
sense motive.
That's
You may bluff.
Well,
Now he felt it effect. It's talking to him.
yeah, but
Well, I've determined that it's a lie, so he has
Okay,
to roll.
not very high.
Mine is
18.
mine is also not very high.
What? There are penalties as well.
18.
Oh, the same number.
Same number. Despite what Sasha says, you can clearly tell that she is lying or keeping something from you. You are unsure
I
what
tell
it
you,
is.
this
but
is
you
not a
understand.
time to act strong. Okay, it's time to act smart. Hand me the bag of holding.
Aisha did see you put everything in, so she knows where
do you
it
have
is.
your own bag of holding?
I use a handy haversack.
That's the same thing.
Wait, were we allowed to nestle bags of holding?
Yes.
Okay.
There
The only thing you can't do
Yeah, I
is
know
put
the whole one.
the
that
whole
one
hole.
time, yeah.
Yeah. What?
You
There's a-
can't put a portable hole into a bag of holding.
Or vice versa.
destroys the universe.
Because no, it not destroys the universe. It causes one causes a explosion, and doing it the opposite way. I forget which one's which causes a mini black hole.
I need to write this down.
Yeah, it's a really sneaky way to just kill the
Well,
enemies.
have you ever seen over-engineered bag of holding?
No.
You can create black hole bombs with it. If you're smart.
I'm not smart.
I will take the
This
case
is
out
a
of my
problem.
Yes.
Ah,
Get the
have
case
a
in your
good-
hands.
I will ask him to open his bag of holding.
Okay.
Or her.
Yes.
I will put the
You will now roll a
Black
will
box.
save.
26.
Okay, you can indeed complete that action.
I put the box inside your bag. And then I also hand you the necklace of all saves.
Sure.
If the ring has any pull that you haven't felt yet, this will help against that.
Okay.
Alright. Obviously, as you transfer that, you hear whispers in your mind. However, you did pass the will save. You hear whispers promising you a way to save your world, a way to end the terror of Hester upon the city of Sunport. That's what you hear. Alright, what do you wish to do next before we switch scenes to the other characters who have
I
noticed
say
your disappearance?
we need to go pick up Rook, or well, actually, we don't know where Jack is because he showed up after we teleported away.
Yes, you did.
We need to find him because, as far as we know, the hammer still exists in this world.
No.
No, the hammer exists in our world. It's just
The hammer exists in your world.
Bishop
Oh.
destroyed it in this world.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, then.
I will touch Aisha on the shoulder and we will dimension door back to the group.
Alright, at the group, this is before Aisha and Sasha arrive, as I've written here. Bishop Bridgebane slowly gets to his feet. So this is for Oliver and Urbag Rocksteady. Bishop Bridgebane slowly gets to his feet. The drain on his health and vitality apparent even more now that the power of the Dark One has left him. Nearby, the undead Banshee Urbag floats in the air, glaring at the living Urbag as if hateful at his living presence. Leaning heavily on his trident to support himself, Bishop Bridgebane looks around worriedly and he says to you, "The ring, where have they taken it?" A look of pain flashes on his features. It must not be worn again.
Oh.
On you, Urbag. Waiting for a reply.
I have no idea. They just poof.
Who are they?
I should. Sash. Oh yeah, no, you don't know them.
What does Urbag actually say?
This is crucial.
This is crucial.
So, short story.
Be aware that all these characters are currently there, minus these two.
Yeah.
They are looking at you.
So short story. We, in our reality,
Mm-hmm.
destroyed inadvertently. Wasn't really our fault. The hourglass.
And who has the hourglass now? Bishop says.
Well, the one in your reality.
Yes.
Sasha does.
On that name, he asks you, how is the Archon still alive? We saw her die. And for that matter, why are you pretending to be my long dead friend Urbag?
Not pretending.
Then explain yourself further.
I reach into my bag and pull out a bottle of wine
Okay.
and say, "You're gonna need this."
He says, I have long since given up the drink.
So I take a drink
Yes, you take a drink.
and then explain the story thus far.
Alright, so you explain the story thus far. As you take your time explaining it, we'll say it does take a fair bit of time because it is a lengthy story.
Well, it's 15 episodes now, Kevin.
15
plus a
episodes worth,
prologue.
but you are telling him everything. Sasha and Aisha, you arrive just as he ends his story. And then, Jack, the rogue elf, interrupts as you end your story. He says, we have bigger problems to deal with. Hester has begun to move on the city, and more than half the people of the city are under his thrall, or have already been slain by those that are. The plague of madness is upon us. We need to evacuate or take a stand. Any one of you may now respond.
But then we pop back in and we hear that.
Yes. So you hear the end of Urbag's story and then Jack interrupting.
Let's use the hourglass and go back.
Jack says, I like your idea. Rook, however, pulls his cloak across his armless shoulder and he says, I will die standing and not fleeing like sheep. I just need to find my gear. Similarly, Sir Aaron nods at him grimly in agreement, apparently intending the same.
We make a stand.
That's what Sasha says.
Actually,
She doesn't speak for all of you,
I
so
would like to do a knowledge planes check.
yes, 4.
Since Hester, as far as anything we've learned, is an interplanar
Entity,
being,
yes.
would defeating him here weaken his overall hold and say our home plane?
Make your check.
30.
30. Defeating here, from what you understand, defeating me here has no effect on your home plane.
But like in terms of like the actual physical entity, if he was to exert force, would he be
Nope, he
No.
will not be at all.
Oh, so
because this will be explained as well.
okay?
Sasha is the only one who says that. Does anyone else want to say or indicate anything else, or do they want to see how this plays out?
Hasn't offered.
Yeah.
I go.
I go, excuse me, where are the loots?
What? He looks at you detestedly. This is not a time to think about riches and money. This is the end of our city or possibly the world.
I disagree.
What did Bishop say? Bishop didn't respond to me saying we should use the.
Not yet.
Oh.
He will respond based on what currently all of you say or indicate the path that you wish to take.
I
Oh, but you technically have said we should just use the hourglass.
Okay.
That's your stance, unless you say.
well, no, I'm just gonna say. Well, I mean, Sasha, you're more than welcome to stay here. Why don't you give me the hourglass so we can leave?
Well, wait, you gotta.
We made these people a promise.
No. You made them a
But how are
promise.
they gonna get that?
Who?
Sasha.
Aisha, what do you wish to indicate that you can do, or do you wish to remain neutral?
I say.
Just kind of wanted to slip that in there so people.
It is fair because it has taken into account everybody's
Mind you,
options.
everyone currently knows who possesses all of the artifacts, right? Because I explained the entire story.
Yes. Yes.
I will say.
But I will allow you
The
to
hand.
keep that.
One of them.
Yeah, but you
I
can't
have
roll
the wrist. I have the wrist.
Okay. Yes.
And one's
I should-
either.
Fighting Hester here with more allies gives us knowledge on how to defeat Hester in our universe. We just stay here and get. And knowledge is key, and it's power.
Bishop turns to both Sasha and Aisha, and he says, "If you truly desire to help, there are things you must first need to know. Things I learned through the dark one in my mind. But the first, the ring, I must destroy it. Too much blood has been spilled because of it. Too many friends lost. Too many bridges burned."
How
Let's
do you,
slip that in for our friend in Canada.
how would you how is that how would you destroy it? The hammer doesn't exist.
Oh.
There are other ways that the Dark One fears that he knew, and he imparted the knowledge onto me while I was under his control.
Like how? Explain.
Well, there are great other magical artifacts that I can find that can destroy the ring, and you may indeed throw a self motive if you wish.
That one.
19.
As far as you can tell, he is genuine in his desire to now want to rid himself of the ring because you can tell that he sees Hester as a greater threat.
I tell him, well, actually, I'll let Sasha take the lead on that one.
How do we destroy the ring?
He says, "I have my ways. I just need the ring and whatever you have stored it in, because it's obvious you haven't worn it."
Haven't I?
No, I'm done.
Well,
You can tell, he knows you haven't.
while this conversation is going,
Yeah.
I'm going to heal myself.
Sure.
I cannot pass you the ring.
And why is that?
Because if anyone is going to destroy it, it will be me. I will not have anybody else risk.
The ring that you have in your possession belongs to this world. I will not allow you to take that evil onto the place that you have to return to.
I do not want to take it to
No.
my place. I will destroy it here
And how would you destroy it here?
with the knowledge that you have.
It is something that only I am privy to, and I do not believe I will trust you with the tools
Go
to
away.
destroy the ring.
Trust me with the tools, good sir. You could not control yourself against the power of the ring. Yet I have.
Circumstances are different now. Hester is upon us.
Argue.
Bishop seems quite stubborn to allow you to keep this ring without allowing him to destroy it.
How about we destroy it together?
I cannot hand you the ring under any circumstance. You yourself know the power that this ring has and what it can do to people.
Roll a will saving throw.
13.
You hear a voice in your head. It says, "Bishop lies. He just wants the ring back for himself. He wants the ring back for himself." Put me on, and they will all bend to your will.
Bendy will.
Sasha goes silent for a moment.
Yes, Sasha is obviously having this internal struggle. Urbek, you two here. The ring does not deserve to belong in the possession of her. She is too good. She will not know how to use it. Only you deserve the power.
During this awkward silence, I
Yeah.
go, that is a matter we may have to save for tomorrow. Right now, Hester is attacking.
No, that is the point. Bishop looks sadly at everyone and he says, continuing, because it's obvious that currently you are having this internal struggle. What you do not yet realize is that the O1 Hester here in this timeline is not the same as the Hester you've been struggling with in your world. Here he has already won. Here he is much stronger. Of the 5 artifacts that could have stopped him, only 2 remain, the Hourglass and the Hand of Kronos. And you can imagine what Hester felt when all of you 4 suddenly showed up with an extra 4 artifacts. And the potential of it falling into the Dark One's hands. He will do anything to destroy you and the artifacts and the Dark One itself. Even step out from the shadows where he normally lurks. There is a chance for you though. You must return to your place immediately, save your world, find Lake Harley and the lost city of Carcosa, bring your 5 artifacts together there. Do not destroy them and do not lose them to Hester's agents.
Can you say out?
You may sense motive.
Who's saying this?
Bishop, the ex-Dark One.
What is my bloody twos?
You can tell that he's completely and utterly telling you the truth.
Who's Hester?
The yellow.
The king in yellow, but you have no idea what they're talking about because I don't even know whether they've told you like what happened at the start of the adventure.
Right now.
Okay, so what do you wish for me to repeat?
I want you to just.
I can paraphrase.
What the names of those places that he read about places?
Yes, Lake Harley and the lost city of Carcosa. Now, your character has heard these names before.
Okay.
What?
Lake Harley.
No.
H-A-R-L-Y.
How was his character heard them before?
You heard it during the play.
Yeah.
The very first time I narrated, but that was 11 episodes ago.
That
so
was at
I will lie to you,
least
yeah.
4 months ago.
And I think the painter mentioned it in some of his writings as well. It's possible.
Well, okay, I wouldn't know anything about the.
Maybe the madman said something.
Wait, hey, hang on.
Yes.
Hang on.
Yes. Obey. The ring is
Carcosa.
yours. Yes.
Sasha, give me that painting.
First I will ask you, do you know what this place looks like?
He says, I've never been to this place, nor do I know how to get there.
But do you know what it looks like?
He doesn't know what it looks like. He says, I assume there's a city and a lake.
Which is what we're going to assume is the information that we have in those extra paintings.
Correct.
Because we have brain power.
What?
Yes. You solved the mystery of the paintings. You can now sleep.
Okay. Where will we find information to get to this place to destroy Hester?
That is something you probably have to see back in your own world. The knowledge of that was lost here because we lost 3 of the 5 artifacts.
Yeah.
Hester here was quite smart, and obviously the Dark One wasn't.
On that note,
Yes,
one of the artifacts
yes,
that you still have, and I look at the man here.
yeah.
Tips,
Eh,
tricks.
Don't die.
don't die. I'm sure if you use those 5 artifacts for their intended purpose, I'm sure your
Voltron
curse
effects.
will be lifted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or if you destroy the artifacts, but he says don't destroy the artifacts.
Why don't destroy them?
Because that's what Hester wants.
Oh. Voltron.
He looks at you one last time, pleading, the ring. You have to leave it here for us to destroy.
Give it to him.
What are you
Oh
gonna
wait,
do if we
hang
don't?
on. Hang on. I'd like to roll this sense motive
On.
on Bishop
Okay.
wanting the ring, and the sense motive is 14.
You can tell that he hated being controlled by the Dark One. He hated the things that he had to do in the Dark One's name, and he does indeed want to destroy the ring.
Come on, he wants to blow up the ring. Give it to him.
How can we help you make this happen?
Well,
Don't do it.
he says, let us destroy the ring, And the best thing you can do is take the artifacts. I'm sure he has kind of figured out because he destroyed the hourglass. You need the one from here. Take it back to your world. Beat Hester there. At least someone has hope.
What else can we do for you guys to help you with your world before we depart?
As you say that, Jack smirks and he says, "One of us, like the rest of them, we should flee as well and go with them. A whole new world, new opportunities." Aaron frowns at him in the usual way if you were ever familiar with Aaron. That's probably the two of you. He says, "No, we stay. We make amends and we fix our mistakes. This is our world. If it is to burn, we burn with it." Rook smiles. Just like old times then. The sons of Sunhome saving the day one last time. Bishop then turns towards the undead Urbag and he says, "All the sons together. First, we have to kill Urbag again. Restore him to his living state instead of this cursed abomination." There's a pause here. What do you wish to do?
Great. How are you going to do that? How do you make him alive?
I just want to watch this.
How can I help?
Okay.
It's not very often you get to see someone else killing yourself.
If not stopped, because no one actually did anything to prevent it, the Sons of Sunhome launch into an attack immediately. Jack leads by tossing a pair of spectral knives that magically immobilize the Manhi. Rook, being Rook and being weaponless, leaps to punch the crap out of the undead Urban. Bishop raises his trident wave and creates a smashing cube of force that crushes the Banshee, while Aaron just shakes his head in disappointment and he casts his strongest positive energy healing spell that smites the unfortunate Banshee Urbag. Manhi. Undead Manhi Urbag is obliterated, and when the carnage clears, you see his naked but now living form lying sprawled on the ground. He mutters to himself, "Guys, why am I naked? Did I get drunk and pass out again?" He looks around, rolls over, and he throws up. He says, "Oh God, I think I was dead. It smelled pretty bad, and now, and I couldn't talk. That was the worst."
Did he question why he sees himself?
So why didn't you just do that in the beginning?
Because
Why didn't you do that in the beginning? But he chose to track the Banshee.
I will bring one of my wonderful wardrobe worth of. I will bring my winter cloak out
Yes?
and I will pass it to Naked Urbag.
Naked Urbag 2 has your cloak and he thanks you and he's kind of surprised.
Naked
It's
Urbag
now
too.
it's now like a robe, like a king's robe.
if anything,
Trailing behind.
Naked Urbag says, "Thank
Follow-
you, Sasha, you're so kind."
Following the timeline,
Yes?
this Urbag would technically be older. Wouldn't he be Urbag 1?
Yes, but when he died, he stopped aging.
Yeah.
And he died at that fight with the Dark One, that original fight where the Count got smashed by the hammer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
a
So
guy-
he's technically
a
younger.
guy goes into cryo for 100 years. You don't call
Yeah.
him 15 or 20, whatever. He's still 150.
No, but he doesn't realize it. He was just like, "Oh God, I think I was dead." And
Yes.
Bishop says, "It is our mess to deal. You have your world to save. I just need to destroy the ring."
I will look at the other sons of Sunheim.
And they seem ready to follow Bishop. Despite all that has happened, even Aaron.
I will ask them, can you handle if I give him the ring?
They say he's not gonna hold the ring. Aaron himself is gonna hold the ring. So if he ever puts it on, he's like the weakest guy anyway. And he has the highest, meta, but he will be the
Will save.
highest will resisting guy.
I would say maybe give it to Rook because he'll be have the hardest time putting it on himself.
Correct, he would. Until he gets smart and puts it on his toe or something.
Hey, don't lick my toes, Leia.
Yes,
Upon hearing that and seeing the resolve of the sons of Sunheim,
yes.
I will first use my healing capabilities of looking at them and discerning how healthy they are currently looking.
Most of them seem fine except Bishop because he's taking quite a lot of damage. Jack's fine, Rook's being healed, Aaron didn't get hit, and technically Urbag is now restored to full living status.
I will cast Cure Series Wounds on Bishop.
Yes, he accepts it and the fact that your cure wounds does not harm him
It's
is a good
sign.
indication.
Of what?
Because if he was evil or negative energy, he would have taken damage.
And he doesn't have your curse where he takes something like half or quarter healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24.
24. Alright, you have healing for 24.
So we don't have raise my curse as well, which is nice.
But you gotta die and be corrupted first.
No,
Correct.
no. We can just use the
Voltron effect.
Voltron.
Well, but the problem is now they have to be careful with the living Urbek, because if he dies again, he becomes a Banshee and he's not under the control of that one. So it's kind of bad if Urbek dies.
I asked him like, wait, what happened to the chain? Can you just slap another magic item on his neck?
That was an ability of the Dark One.
Oh.
I mean, to get that other ability to make Urbek my pet again, that would be hard.
I will look to Aisha and say,
Pet.
I think it's time we gave them the ring.
Okay, I'm going to do a sense motive, looking at all of them, and I'm going to discern who would be the best person to hand it to.
Yourself.
Motive-wise, well, obviously not Urbek and not Jack. So you would guess either the fighter or the paladin. However, like you are aware that the paladin being still a paladin, you've seen him use his powers, he would be the best suited to be against the evil of that one.
True, but I think he's a bit of a chump. Whereas Rock, at least he's shown to have guts.
Yeah, but Rook is a bad idea if he ever puts it on, because he is quite.
I'm not looking at it stat-wise,
not
just
looking
looking
at
at my
Yeah.
like acquaintance relationship with all of them.
Yes, that is
Rooks
true.
is the only one who's shown to have any sort of guts and balls.
Can I point out something just right now?
Yes.
Kevin and Deron are literally arguing about themselves.
Yes.
Well, these are not.
No, I
Ourselves.
understand.
Yeah.
But Aaron is Deron's old character, and Rook is Kevin's current character when he's a player character. I just want to point that out. Because
Perhaps
the
you should
stream
end the
might-
argument by wearing the ring yourself.
That's what the ring says to you.
This is what the ring seems to me.
Sometimes I speak as the ring, and sometimes I speak as the DM.
Yes, but what was that?
Yeah.
That was a voice in your head.
A voice in my head. Either the ring or the DM, who will know. Trudge.
Wearing the ring will end your curse. You will have full control
Oh, yeah.
over becoming Banshee mode.
I'll walk in between.
I could even have a.
I will walk in between, in front of both Aaron and Rock.
Sure, you walk in front of them.
I pull out the lead box.
You pull out the lead box.
And I just hold it up to either of them. Whoever first picks it up or takes it out of my hand, it is theirs.
Well, they decided that Aaron was going to take a ring. So.
And I'm sure to not let anyone else reach for it.
Rook appears to be resisting something that is speaking to him in his mind. Aaron does not seem to be affected, and they both look at you as though they're not too sure what you're trying to do.
Bro, I'm holding it
Oh,
out.
you're actually
I'm
offering it off?
holding it out, but I'm not specifically going, you take it.
Okay, Aaron asks you then, this is the ring,
It's in the box.
and he reaches out for it.
Okay.
Okay. Aaron takes the ring, and he says, this stays with me until it is destroyed, even if it will cost me my life. With that, the Sons of Sunhome turn toward the rest of the group, and they say, thank you for saving us. We will always be in your debt. You have to go, save your world before time runs out, find your path, and don't make the same mistakes we did.
Why didn't you just stick the ring on us?
No. Because then Aaron.
To be honest, I don't really want to deal with it.
It's a lot to deal with, and somebody's going to have to die.
And somebody's got to have to die.
Yeah.
I can't hold
But
it.
there is
No,
an
no,
out. Oh, well, you could wear it, yes.
if you reach for it, I will kill you.
We'll save.
26.
Nothing. We'll save.
27.
The Dark One does not have any last parting words for you.
Him? Didn't he
But
kill it?
surprisingly, the Dark One has never spoke to Oliver, and there's a reason. Same in a very same way. The dark one hasn't really spoken to you. There is a reason for it.
We resist the first time. He's like too hard.
Or he's looking for something specific.
Legions?
Yeah.
Nah, he's looking for charisma.
There's something very specific he's looking for.
Someone better than Bishop.
Wow. Take that, Tommy.
What do you wish to do now? The Sons of Sunhome, as they have reunited, now turn towards the rest of the city, where they can hear the hordes of Hester's thrall, the people that he has infected with the plague, and they begin to head out and organize the remaining living forces of the city to fight against the infected.
Oh man, we are so out.
I will group all of us together.
Yes,
Pull out the hourglass
yes,
from my other pouch of holding.
okay.
And I will assume get everybody to touch each other.
Okay.
And the other hand on.
Instinctively, as the one holding the hourglass, you do know how to activate it. We won't really go into any details. You just either turn it
What about a loot?
Oh!
Now, Oliver is saying, what about a loot? The other question is anyone who resists what Sasha is trying to do?
No.
Oh, take us home. I don't know. I trust that you know how to use that thing. Well, should I?
I don't have the ring anymore.
Give me an hourglass.
I'm out.
Yeah, but I don't have the ring anymore.
Let's go home.
Okay.
No reason to trust me.
You activate it? Alright. Your vision clouds as you feel yourself falling through space between time and reality. The feeling sickens you, leaving you feeling lost and alone. Then, as suddenly as it began, it ends and you find yourself lying on the ground just outside the Tower of High Sorcery. The tower is now a smoking ruin. Strong smells of sulfur and the mix of other chemicals fill your lungs, causing you to cough and gag. Looking around, you see the bodies of those killed in that previous fight before you left the tower. The corpses of knights, clearly identified by their twisted and shattered armor, lie in various states upon the ground. Nearby, you hear a muttering and a familiar voice through the cloud of smoke. What do you wish to do?
What does it say?
You cannot figure it out. It's just like incoherent muttering.
Search for said muttering.
It is not difficult because it's still daytime, so it's towards the late afternoon. Investigating this, you find Sir Eric Brighthammer lying on the ground. Aside from a few burns to his arms and legs, his injuries, though serious, are not life-threatening. He's muttering to himself over and over again. Look not into his visage, or you will surely be lost. So he's just repeating that over and over again. What do you wish to do?
Not look into the visage.
Not look into his visage, or you will be surely lost.
Don't look into that visage. Okay. So
I will touch him and cast Calm Emotions.
Before you can, as you touch him, he grabs your hand back and he says, "The thing," they whisper, "wears a silken mask, whose folds appear to hide a face not of this world. Look not into his visage, or you will surely be lost." It is very clear that the loss of his fellow knights and encountering the feaster has affected his mind greatly. Do you wish to continue casting Calm Emotions? Is it saving throw or does it just happen?
I think it's the same for
It is a will negates.
That is not going to negate anything. He seems to calm down and eventually he slips off into unconsciousness. What do you wish to do?
looks like we've got a lake to find.
So how are we gonna use these items the artifacts to find the lake and city?
First, we need to find the eye. The eye is what we need next.
Oh yeah, the thing they took from the museum while you're on a date.
That item will lead us inevitably to the end game.
Alright.
Keep Avengers 4.
Is there anything else you wish to do?
Hang on. I almost want to just queue up the Avengers 4 trailer.
Is there anything else you wish to do?
I will attempt to cast.
Yes.
Do I have the spell for it?
Well, wherever we go, I might be able to help us find where it is, but we'll have to go back into the city. And there was a dude that looked familiar. The guy who attacked the museum was the same dude who escaped from the encounter of the ring.
Yes. The rune encounter.
I was the nurse, right?
We saw a nurse. Mark.
Yeah, you saw Nurse Mark, so he's
Yeah,
talking about Nurse
okay.
Mark.
So,
So we're off to hunt for Nurse Mark.
if
Well,
we can go
I
back,
imagine he explains what he looks like. We put together that is Nurse Mark.
Yes.
because we obviously saw him.
Yes,
as well.
you have
That's
obviously
Nurse Mark.
seen him. Yeah. There you
Um,
go.
so
That guy.
we would assume that Nurse Mark's last known location to us was attached to the asylum, so the
Yes.
asylum would potentially have a lead.
But the last thing you heard was Nurse Mark disappeared from the asylum along with the actor, the insane actor,
Yeah.
and Alexander, and the head of the asylum was found murdered, and they assumed it was that crazy dwarf guy in the neighboring
The
room,
parallel cell.
in the parallel cell that Urbag kind of slept in one night.
and they let him out until he got out and killed him. Your
But
fault.
that is the suspicion, whether it actually happened
Okay.
or not.
Well,
Okay.
I'll cast stabilize on thing, even though he's unconscious. I just want to make sure he doesn't die.
Okay.
No, it wasn't bleeding out to death, wasn't he?
No, but I'm just going to cast it.
His
anyways.
wounds are
I
still
don't-
quite.
I don't know if he's mentally fucked up, but I don't know if he's physically.
I don't think combination or stabilize will fix that.
But he's burning.
Oh,
Or
is the
burnt.
corpse of the the actual wizard?
No, you actually only see corpses of the knights being like they've been all torn up and stuff.
Not the brother that was
No.
with us.
Not the brother that was with him. So the two wizards are not there.
So they're both missing, huh? Okay then.
That's not concerning at all.
After about 10 minutes or so, if you wait that long there, 20 or so Freeport guards turn up, coming up the side of the hill, led by Bothan, the captain of the guard. He looks at four of you and he demands to know what has happened and why this tower is destroyed.
We explained to Bothan that.
Well, hang on. Let's not include otherworldly dimension travel.
No.
Yeah, okay.
We
The
explained-
wizard who lived here went nuts, blew the tower up, trying to kill us.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay? He
Wow.
seems disappointed, but he understands that this is part of what they have requested you look into.
What happens with wizards?
Yep. He's disappointed that both the Morn wizard brothers are dead, for they were both strong allies and the loss of the school will be felt heavily by the city. He says to you, the Baron will not be happy to hear what has transpired here.
To be fair, the bodies were missing, so they could have escaped. They're wizards.
True. But he says, pretty...
Either way, they ran the fuck away.
Yeah, and also the tower itself, the school is destroyed, so... Bothan then looks at you and he asks, what about this knight? What is his role in all of this? And is he a danger to the city?
This man is previously wounded
Mhm.
and is now, due to what's been transpiring with these.
She's saying he went insane.
Yeah, he's gone insane, so we need to put him somewhere.
Then the asylum he will go to then.
First, he needs medical attention.
He says, I agree with you. Looking at what his wounds are, he is lucky to be alive compared to all these other corpses. As he instructs his guards to pick up Sir Eric, Sir Eric regains a little bit of consciousness and he stares at Sasha and starts whispering the paintings. The eye, they have taken it to the lake. Before, over and over again, before being carried off as though he were a madman.
Yeah.
That's it. The guards begin to live and Bothan says, I hope you will keep yourself safe and get to the bottom of this, end the threat.
Did we know where this lake was?
No. We never learned.
You know that it's not on this plane?
First step.
Yes.
Both then, look after yourself too. These are dangerous times, and we need someone strong like you. to
There
stand
have been
down.
word of
Stop
people
flirting.
acting strangely. Bothan is a married man. He is not
When
Doesn't matter if
swayed by Sasha.
When both ends says
Yes.
people acting strangely.
Yeah.
I say like
People complaining of lack of sleep.
Not
walking around in a kind of a daze, and then when you try to interact with them, they kind of just snap out of it and carry on with their way.
but not like backwards knees strange.
He looked curiously at you and says, "What are you talking about? None. We have not seen any physical abnormalities in the people."
Okay,
Both
cool,
ends.
cool,
these,
cool.
these people that have this lack of sleep and this daze that they get into.
Yeah.
They are currently suffering from a disease-like effect.
Hasterism.
What we need to do
It's down.
to stop it spreading is help isolate these people just for a short time.
He says, "I will bring this to the Baron. It will be most likely that he will order us to round up these people."
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm a mute right now. Really? You're gonna round up a whole bunch of
We're not doing
every
shit.
You're
time.
not doing
Every fucking time, Kevin.
every time it turns to this, really?
Okay.
Okay. It says, the Baron will most likely order us to round up the people on your advice to keep the infection or whatever disease is going on under control.
Thank you.
Um,
I know this is
I
going to
will-
put you under a lot of strain,
yes, it will,
but we will resolve
That
this
was
as quickly as we
resources.
can.
and it is my job to protect the city, and it is your job to
Solve the problem.
solve the problem in a more direct way.
Okay.
Okay. With that, the guards and the they start clearing away the bodies as well, and they take away Sir Eric to get healed and checked out. And you find yourself still standing on the hill amidst the ruins of the Tower of Sorcery.
The next thing I will do, realizing that we're now back in our reality, and
Yes.
it is clearly our reality,
Yes.
I will reach out to see if I can feel Timot.
Timot is now with you, like you feel his presence where there was a void before. You now feel your connection to Timot reestablished. Your Wi-Fi is working.
My Wi-Fi is now connected.
Isn't it more like Bluetooth?
I suggest
Maybe.
Because you have to pair.
first that we sleep.
Yeah, we need a
Yes.
rest.
We are pretty
I've used all my
resource
spell
drained.
slots. I mean, yes, a rest would be
tired.
perfect. I feel exhausted. Yeah, that's a long
I
rest.
suggest we head back to our inn, to our rooms.
Yep.
And make sure that they are well secured so that we can actually get a decent
Oliver,
night's
make a perception check.
Oh.
Whoa!
Eight plus perception.
Just what?
Plus 7, 15.
I guess I can. Okay.
Bang crash.
On a 15, as the four of you make your way back to the inn, Oliver feels like someone is watching him. But he also feels like it is someone familiar watching him. He's not sure like where he's got this feeling before, but something familiar or someone familiar is watching him.
Do you say anything?
Can I look around?
You can, but your perception of 15, because if it were higher, you would have spotted who or what it is. With that 15, you just have the feeling, but then like as you glance, you don't see anyone, but you have this familiar feeling that you recognize. It's up to you if you want to say anything that one in-game the characters don't know.
No. So where are we heading now? Back to the inn?
They're heading back to the inn to
Okay,
rest.
so on the way there, I'm just like, I need to take a piss. You guys
Wow.
carry on,
Sure.
and then I'll hide somewhere.
Alright, you hide somewhere to look out for someone following you?
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait,
You
hang,
may-
hang, I have a relatively important question.
Yes.
Are you currently man form?
Oh yeah, that is. Oh, but he's got his
Always a
disguise.
peaceful.
No,
He bought it.
he's large Urbag.
Oh, he's large
No,
Urbag.
I thought I changed back.
No, you look like large Urbag.
You've still got your hat on.
Yeah, but
Your hat makes you look
I
like
thought I was
larger.
forced to
Rick-
change back.
No, regardless, no, it's only if somebody looks through it.
Yeah, it's
No,
only someone
Otherwise,
who's-
you always
Because
look
when
like
I was in the courtyard,
No.
there were so many people.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's because they kept touching you.
Oh yeah, they kept touching you. But then you can turn
Because
it back on.
they go like this and they're like, ah,
Yeah.
scales. What the
That
fuck?
would actually be a good question. Bishop would have acted a little differently because why is there a giant Urbag and another Urbag, and why are you both pretending to be
Well,
my
you
dead
should have
Urbag?
paid more attention.
Wait, okay, so now we'll do it properly. Are you giant Urbag? Are you green guy? Or are you
I'm the fish guy.
okay, you're a fish guy.
Without the hat. So you
Without
can't-
it.
Well, not he can
I'm
still wear a
wearing
hat.
it, but I'm
It's
not
not
using
on.
it.
It can be not on.
Oh, wow, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a very
It's
cool
a
hat.
stylish little
It's such
tiny
an
hat.
item.
And it can look like not a hat if, when you change form, so it doesn't have to be an urban with a hat.
I just keep imagining, and I don't know if you guys watched BlizzCon. An Overwatch release thing. And the new character has an ultimate where she's got a robot. It's got like a
Ash.
tiny little bowler hat on top. That's just what I keep imagining. I keep imagining this big
Giant guy
green
with a
guy
tiny hat.
with
Yeah,
a tiny little. Yes,
that is fair. He can have the hat looking like that. Alright. First of all, you roll a move silently. Or stealth
Stealth
check.
check?
Yeah.
Was that move silently something different?
No, it's just a check.
It's pretty much a stealth check.
Oh no! +0.
Oh,
17.
That is a pretty good roll. Next, you roll a perception check.
7.
11.
So, with those two rolls, the best you can figure out is because of your sneaky ways and the fact that you've managed to kind of hide yourself properly, the thing that was, or the person that was following or watching you has kind of lost your trail. However, you have not spotted them in return because they are also quite sneaky.
Okay.
Okay? Next, you find yourselves, the three of you, back at the inn. So we'll say maybe about after 10-15 minutes, Oliver realizes this and then he just heads back to the inn. Unless you wish to do something before, and let me know. You are back at the inn. Evening approaches. Feeling hungry, tired, quite exhausted after what you have been through.
I order food into my own private room.
You still have your private room.
I have a question.
Yep.
The bar that I fascinated everyone was in the other dimension?
Yes.
The one that's yes.
Yes.
Yes. The card game one
Yes.
where Oliver won. Yeah.
That was in the other dimension.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, me
Good.
and my friend, the barkeep, because I spent so much money there.
But no, you never meet that friend ever again.
No, but
He's a
in
Hester
this-
monster
in,
now.
in this reality.
In this reality, you've been stabbed in a bar.
Yeah.
Not this
Yeah.
bar.
No, not this.
Not the same
And
bar.
you insulted a barkeep.
You insulted a barkeep.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was
No,
the
he
other
pissed
bar.
off. No, he pissed off a barkeep here.
No, that was the other bar.
That was the other bar.
That was the other
No,
bar.
he pissed off one here too.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think way before.
Way right back at the start.
See,
He
session
slapped,
3
he
or
slapped
something.
him with a dirty rag
Maybe.
because he got stabbed in his bar. And he's like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
ruined my bar. You kicked everything.
Yes.
Floor and stuff.
Bled on the floor.
Yeah, good. So anyway.
Anyway,
I
what do you
buy,
should do?
I buy a massive meal,
You buy a massive meal.
and
You enjoy your massive meal.
at least one bottle of spirits.
You do indeed, and we'll just say that will cost you a total of 5 silver. It doesn't really.
And it cost a gold. I
It
give
can
to
cost
us.
a gold as a tip,
Yeah.
or you could pay for someone else's meal.
No.
um,
I buy Sasha a drink.
Sasha is drinking tea.
Well, that's what I buy then.
Anyway,
I'm
in
not gonna force booze.
Before I go into the inn, I'm gonna
Yes.
use my disguise.
okay, what do you look like?
A fat guy
Okay,
in armor.
A fat guy in armor.
you see this fat guy in armor roll into the inn. He looks around.
What do you? And what do you do when you walk?
Yeah,
into
what
the
do
inn?
you do when
Because
you
we've
walk in?
seen heaps of fat guys walking in tonight.
Yeah, it's nothing special, just a normal occurrence of fat
if
guy.
anything, people might be curious why a fat guy in armor walking doesn't make any armor sounds.
Yes, but you are familiar with enough magic to know that there are quiet types of armor. So maybe, unless you interact with the fat guy, it's fine. Like,
No.
they don't know it's you. That's just put it that way.
I've taken my food to my room.
You have taken your food. You have retired for the evening.
I
What
will-
do the rest of you
but-
wish to do?
For specifics,
Yeah.
I will cast keep watch on myself so that I do not need to sleep.
Yep,
I
and
have
you
the
still
power.
get your rest.
Yep, and during this time, I can copy down the spell I stole from the other dimension,
So that would be
dimension door,
dimension door. Yeah.
so that is in my spellbook permanently.
Sure, you can indeed.
Oh, I'm drinking myself to sleep.
I will head to the room. I will cast Detect Magic to see if there's any magic in the room that's outside of what should be there.
Yes, there is no magic in the room that is outside of what should be there.
I will then cast Minor Image on the door frame area, so it looks like if you open the door, there's nothing in the room.
Mhm.
And then I will start doing
That's just like putting.
divination.
This is like putting like a sheet with a painting.
No, yeah, I'm imagining like take a photo next to the security camera, then attach it in front of it.
Well, in this world it might work. Okay, what else you do?
Divination. I will talk to Timot.
Alright.
I seek his guidance and to inform him of what has transpired.
Okay.
Oh, because Timur could probably tell you where the lake was, right?
I think he's already asked that question.
No,
No.
we never.
He hasn't. He actually hasn't.
I've never asked about the lake.
Yeah.
The one thing I haven't asked about.
Can I do a perception when I was in the inn?
It's
You may do a perception, but what are you looking for?
The suspicious person.
Oh, well, the thing is, there is no suspicious person because you are the one who walked in. No one else
Because
walked in after you.
you're currently the suspicious.
Yeah,
person.
you are kinda, you
I
didn't
don't-
see anyone actually walk into the inn with you. You can look around in the inn
Yeah.
to see if anyone is suspicious. You can roll a perception check for
Because
that.
they could have been here before.
Yeah, they could have been here before or followed these three.
And the-
No! That's shit.
11. You don't particularly notice anyone acting like out of the ordinary or even paying like the three of them and you any attention. They're like,
especially not out of the ordinary. I'm
Yeah.
sitting at a table eating a meal and drinking.
it's just this drunk
That's what it's drink.
eating halfling
Alright,
bag.
I'll join Urbag in his meal.
Urbag, drunkenly you see this fat guy in armor join you at the table. He seems friendly enough. What do?
Can I see what he's eating?
Oh yeah, it's a generic his meal, whatever he's ordering.
What I poke him.
So you actually is that how you would normally react when a guy
Well, even talking to him will allow you to see through his gun.
No,
but he hasn't said anything.
No, for him to
Oh,
talk to him.
yeah.
No, I'm,
yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, a fat guy in armor walks up to me when I'm drinking a whole
So you're gonna
bunch of
poke
drink,
him.
I'm just gonna be like,
He feels like slimy and fishy. You can tell that
It is an illusion.
it is an illusion, and by I want to say you have interacted with Oliver before, so you kind of know what his skin
Well,
is like.
well, actually, as soon as he realizes illusion, that he can see right through it, as if it's not there.
Well, then you see Oliver there, and he's like looking at you as though he were hungry.
Oh, hey man. What are you eating there?
everything.
He is
What's
indeed
everything?
eating everything. One go worth of food.
Everything. It is roast turkey. There is ham. It's basically a Christmas dinner.
So the two of you enjoy your meal without any interruptions. Aisha is in a room having meal and then later scribing a scroll. Sasha,
Not
your
a
spell
scroll.
goes off. What do you wish to do?
Wait, what? The spell goes off.
Well, she's been casting something.
Oh, right.
I will ask Timot.
Yes.
First, I will inform Timot of everything that's happened.
Yep.
And catch him up on the sweet deets.
Yep.
About the alternate reality, Sasha, and what she went through, and how I interpreted what went wrong there.
You can tell that from Timot's thoughts that he was, I won't say confused, but he wasn't really too worried because to him you only disappeared for a very short amount of time.
But explain to him.
Yeah, you explain to him what happened. Yep. He accepts
The
your
fact-
information
The fact that we fought the Dark One again and saved the Sons of Sunhome.
Again.
again, and he's
Yeah.
quite proud that in no matter what time or reality you have managed to defeat the evil that he is, opposed to.
I will ask him
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause he's
That's
always
my
been
question.
close.
Yeah. When the other one, the dark one, won.
how do we get to Lake Harley,
So that is your direct question.
and I will roll my dice,
Okay.
and I have succeeded.
So it's just a success fail, and then
So it's-
depending on what information he gives you.
Before you quickly
Yes.
reveal the information, if you like what you see, he's doing the.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
should.
If you like what you see and you like what we're doing, you can give us money. Mostly so we can
Buy more cool things.
well,
Get
buy
cool things like cameras and microphones.
and well, I mean, like we've got a lot of the cool things already, but
Sick games.
I'm pretty sure the next thing. I'm pretty sure the next thing will be like lights, maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
Maybe, yeah.
in any case, if you wanna chuck us some money, there's
You
a
need like
donate button, and also there's a Patreon button. I'm not really sure how it works, but eventually money comes through. The Shivnet actually subbed last night with his Twitch Prime sub, so that was cool.
Nice.
Sweet you.
Thank you.
So I figured out how much we get from there.
Cool deal.
That's
Revealing
American.
the secrets of Twitch.
American.
the secrets of
I'm
Twitch.
pretty sure
for
that's
a month or
No, one time.
One
so
time.
that's a one time.
Yeah.
So yeah, even if you have a spare free sub, we accept all donations.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. So like, follow, subscribe, check out YouTube, and then Kevin can tell
Alright.
Sasha what happens.
So Timot's kind voice rings within your mind and he says, you already have the way of getting to Lake Hub with you.
Outlast?
You only need Voltron, the picture of the lake, and you'll figure out the rest.
Thank you, Mikey Thomas.
And
I'm glad to have you back in my life.
stay safe. My vessel and my, we'll
Why
say,
invest?
no, my greatest follower, that one follower.
You say that to all your followers.
No, but my champion of has already died.
My icon.
Well, not icon, like the champion of Timot, Sir Aaron, who destroyed the ring in this world.
He calls his champion a guy who openly did not worship him, and
Yeah,
Cool,
but
cool.
throughout the land, in the cities of Solidarity, a statue of Aaron was actually made.
Yeah, I know,
signifying as the
a god will
champion.
realize like that's just
No, but
false idol.
he goes like, I've got one follower and one champion. I'll take what I can get.
I thought he was worshipped by like
Oh,
three
he probably
cities.
is, but like all those are kind of like pleb kind of clerks. Did you not? Oh, you haven't. No, you never met his terrible high cleric, the one that was quite useless,
I should.
who converted the count into his ways.
Hey, that's a win
was-
for Timot's book, isn't it?
Yeah, no, well, it's a win for Timon's book, but you can tell the quality of his high priest.
Man, that cleric was terrible.
That was amazing. It was
The
like
funny thing
worst
was, stat-wise, actually pretty good. Just
yeah, but
roll,
it's bad
just roll
rolls.
twos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
but
time.
like, in our perception, worst cleric ever.
Yeah,
And
correct.
like Sasha, way worse. Roll great.
Yeah.
So that's why now Sasha's the best.
Yeah, everyone know there's some characters in anime I watched a while back that would just fit that mold perfectly.
Bad roll cleric.
What's that anime?
Konosuba.
No, you're right. I don't know.
I don't know that.
But other people might.
Alright, what does Sasha wish to do before sleeping for the night?
Make sure that all her items are well and truly secure.
Mhm.
She will then wait for Oliver to come back to the room
Oh yeah,
Wait
because you
up
guys share a
until
room.
Oliver-
Because that's
because
not
Oliver,
Oliver.
we share a room.
Okay. Do you wish to return back to the room, Oliver?
Yeah.
After your meal?
Yes.
Are you still a fat guy?
Yes.
So,
Only he.
was there an
counts-
illusion on your door?
Yes, he did. He put an illusion over the door to make it look empty.
So, Oliver, you return to the room and the room appears to be empty, looking at it from the outside.
Okay. I go in.
So you
Does
walk
that
straight.
sense
You just
break?
walk straight through.
Yeah, okay, you walk straight through and you see Sasha there. I don't know if Sasha's awake. She can be.
And you go,
And you
back.
see this fat guy in armor enter your room.
I'm a type of person.
Make a save against whole person. So it is a will saving throw.
This is what Kevin meant by
Oh yes, yes,
Like,
yes.
will be done in this amount of sessions as long as you guys don't duck around.
What's the word? Is that wisdom?
No, it's called will save. So it's part of your will, reflex, fortitude saves.
It should be under saving throws.
It should be under saving throws.
It should be under all your
I
modifiers.
can tell
and
you
stuff.
right now, even there's a good chance.
Plus 11.
So your
Okay,
total
you
is.
succeeded.
Oh, you succeed.
21.
Sasha attempts to cast a spell on you. However, it has no effect. What do you do?
I go. Hey,
You can tell that it is Oliver's voice, because the disguise only changes his physical appearance.
I will welcome him into the room
You have just no questions of why are you a fat guy.
and say, "So, what's new?"
No questions about why.
No
they're
questions
fat guy.
about anything.
Nothing.
I love how no one's asked him why you're a fat guy.
Yeah,
I
no
just
one.
poked him, and Sacha's just like, oh hey.
No, I said, "So, what's new?"
Yeah.
So you're a fat dude. Okay. Trying to woo some ladies, I take it.
No, I just feel like being a fat guy.
Okay. Fair enough. Well,
Well, no, we
I'll see you in the morning then.
With that, the night passes and you attempt to get rest and sleep.
hang on. Do I just pass out in the bar?
Yes, you do. You have drunk enough that you pass on the bar.
Excellent.
You fall asleep worried about your current state because you now know you are like cursed and you know like the effects of it should you ever die. That kind of scares you because like the other Urbag said it smelled bad and you couldn't speak. So,
Oh, that's the worst
yeah,
part.
that's the worst part. That's the thing Urbag hates the
Urbag
most.
can't speak.
Urbag can't speak and smells bad, so
I'm more inclined to transform him now.
Note to self: take silence.
I host.
despite sleeping the night away, although stat-wise you feel you do like regain your hit points and health and you're not affected unconditional with bad conditions, you do still inside feel like you didn't get any rest at all. Something is affecting you.
What does that mean for our healing and refreshing?
Healing and
ability?
refreshing
Nothing.
means nothing.
Okay.
But character-wise, you feel like you've had very little rest. Like something has been plaguing your sleep. It's just that you cannot grasp what is wrong.
So is that a full rest?
Just
Yes.
on that.
It's still a full rest, yes.
No, for his
Has anyone else had
everything
that
resets.
recently?
Had what recently?
Like just really crappy sleep because of the heat. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like every
Well,
morning,
I've had it where it's hard to get to sleep.
every morning
and
when
then as a
like
result-
every morning when I wake up,
Yeah.
I feel like I've been sleeping in an oven all night, and I feel like groggy and bleh.
I've been fine.
You just have,
no,
it's
you
just the
sleep next to the window.
it's just the temperature you have to get used to. Cause,
No, but
yeah.
you
It's like
Malaysia, right? So.
wow, I haven't been back in Malaysia. in
No,
years.
I know,
Yeah.
but you had practice. Right?
you
Well,
typically
To be fair, I had air conditioning. I was smart, and before I had air conditioning, I had like 2 fans pointing at me, which was bad, but air conditioning.
You can add this stuff.
Maybe I should.
You can add this template to your character, your summon when you summon it. Gives them some cool stuff.
But yes, it is pretty bad in
So-
Malaysia.
I'd like to say it's similar to.
Yes, it is. Oh yes.
Oh, when you add it on, it's there for.
But
its
if you're on the
whole summon
beach
time.
in Thailand,
So
then it's
if
not
you-
similar because the
Yeah,
beach has
then
like
type in
clear
add
air,
celestial.
windier. If you're in the city,
So
yes, it's the same.
I used to sleep in Brisbane.
Now go down
Brisbane
to
is
the
a
resistances.
weird dry.
Scroll down to
Not when
defenses.
it's
So where it says
raining.
resistances,
Well, no.
And it's 100% humidity.
add resist cold acid and electricity. 10. Just type
Whole
those in.
thing.
Just just type in cold, acid, electricity 10.
Upon awakening,
Upon awakening,
I
Okay.
will first check to make sure that everybody
And
else
then
also awoke.
the damage
yes, they
reduction.
awoke. Nothing happened to
5
them
slash evil.
during the night. You find Urbag already downstairs.
Strangely
Just
wearing the
means that
same
whenever
clothes
he
from
takes
yesterday.
damage from
I would say most of the time you guys always are wearing the same clothes.
bludgeoning, like
Yeah.
a regular weapon.
No one
bludgeoning
actually
slash
has
piercing,
like a spare
You can
set.
reduce the damage by 5
No.
unless what attacked him was evil.
Then you are smart.
If
Yeah,
the
no, I had
energy
5, I've
damage,
never-
Oh,
or
insane! I pressed the
acid or electricity
Ah, yeah,
deals
that's true.
damage, reduce it by
So
10.
I
don't
can
need
just launder
You get to
every
those
hour or something?
like all the time effects
So
now.
once an hour?
You can scroll down to their sensors. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen-
1 hour.
Oh,
So
yeah.
once an hour, I just
senses,
clean.
you can add in dark vision 60 feet.
That's fine.
We will all have breakfast.
You all have breakfast at the inn.
I will then suggest that through the guidance I
Yep.
received from Tim last night,
Mhm.
first we must
Go
seek
scroll
out the
back
High
under
Cleric,
spell resistance.
and then I have a way for us to
So
get
it's
to
new CR. Sorry, it's CR. I need to
the
find
High
it.
Cleric.
the High Cleric from the
It's CR.
temple.
Okay, CR7.
We need the other artifact first.
No, we need to see this guy first, and then we
So
can get to
he
the
has
other
a
artifact. I know where it
I mean,
is. and
spell
how to get it.
resistance.
Oh, because they took it to the
12.
lake already.
So
Oh,
you can add
great.
12 to
Go.
spell resistance. This is like a special anti-magic.
So you look for the high cleric.
And he gets a
Yep.
special attack.
As you're
Smite
leaving
for
the
one
inn,
thing. So scroll down so you see traits.
Can't wait for these guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Add ability. Sorry, I'm just helping his actually for his character stuff. Smite
I
evil.
thought you did that already.
We found out he has some extra shit that he can add to make his summons even stronger.
No wonder this
1/1.
character may or may
So
not
space one. Add
No, we
no
say
one.
may.
may
so,
be banned in most regulated. Do they do Pathfinder tournament?
Yes. It's official play.
This
That's
official play.
official.
So it's 1 per day. So
Like
you
organized play.
1/day.
Is that kind of like?
Yep.
Wizards,
So in the description, just
Pathfinder
copy
organized
it.
Yes.
play where they give out dice and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have some viewers who've
Okay,
been part of that.
Wizards, Dungeons and Dragons.
Wizards, Dungeons, Dragons. So they run like a
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
The
So
we make characters, I think.
there's Pathfinder organized play.
Yeah.
That's an official thing run through Pathfinder. They get hand out rewards and stuff, and
Right.
there's bonuses for stores that run it. And for D&D, it's called Adventurers League.
Now,
Which you've run before.
When we had the store, I ran it like every week.
And that's when all those little black, I want to say black dice, black and red dice showed up.
Oh yeah, they gave us
like special game days, yeah.
D20s. They gave me adventure packs and tokens and a whole bunch of
Figures.
stuff.
Some
No, they stopped figures
Oh,
years
there's
ago.
no figures years ago.
The figures that we got way back in the day.
I know.
They're so expensive.
I know. Some of them are here. 100% that's one of them.
That Dragon Ball one that we all quite like playing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
from
a
like the
rare.
very first 4th edition
Yeah.
game day. Just like $80.
Nice. Because people just didn't hang on to them.
And no, they're only made for that game day. They weren't made part of a big printing.
Because they're all pre-painted, right?
Yep.
They're all, I mean, they're not amazingly pre-painted, but like free figures are free figures.
Yeah, I get it. And when you look at all the figures that are out now,
They're about the same,
So
yeah.
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 unless you print your own. Alright,
Or unless your friend paints your bard figure. For
as you all make your way to leave the inn,
I have time.
you are given a personal message by Botan. He says, apparently it has been discovered that the mind of Sir Eric is irreparably shattered. He has been sent to the asylum for his own good. May he stay safe and recover there.
if it's,
And yes, you could have said it.
if it's irreversible, how would he ever recover?
Wow.
That's an oxymoron.
Mm.
It
See,
might happen.
It might happen
Irreversible
based on
recovery.
how you guys deal with your current problems,
Yeah.
because that might be the irreversible part.
You do exist in a world of magic.
Yes, you do.
Remember that.
Hang on. What?
Oh no, my character is very snippy like that because she's only charisma 5, which is very, very below the average.
Right.
Alright, Sasha, you need to explain to your teammates what you wish to do.
So we're going to the High Cleric to remove curse.
Okay.
On who?
This is on each of us that have seen the sign.
What sign?
The one that you haven't seen.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm not going to show you.
This one. No,
Alright, you make your way to the Temple of Avada, which is the strongest temple within the city of Freeport. The High Cleric sees you, and of course he knows who you are by reputation. If you probably wandered into this place before, so he just know about you.
Yeah.
He says, how can I help all of you?
So
My
we're all
children.
cursed.
Are you now?
Supposedly.
Well,
What does the
apparently,
curse do?
What does the curse do?
We don't.
The curse of Hester is upon us,
Yes,
and it is also plaguing the city.
yes,
The people that are restless and unable to sleep,
yes.
they suffer the curse.
He says, I have seen these people, but they do not appear to be under the effects of any curse. Like, I have checked them out.
There is some hold that is a common.
Yeah.
Cast by Hester. And explain who Hester is.
Yes.
And he is using them to breach our plane.
He says, this is troubling news instead. Have you told the captain of the guard and the baron?
Yes.
Okay. Says then, how can I help you?
I want you to please give us a once over just to make sure and just cast remove curse on us, just in case for some reason.
He says, I will agree to your request. He attempts to cast remove curse. He casts remove curse on you. You do not feel any different from when you were when you walked in. You still feel the same like tiredness, like you haven't rested, but you do not know whether that's the effect of the curse or otherwise. Okay.
Does he cast it on each of us or just me?
Well, you have requested for each of you, so he's kind of just assumed and done it on all four of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please watch over the people.
He says, I will do my best, but it seems like this threat that you've described, it is way beyond my capabilities.
I ask him if he has any information on Lake Harley and the lost city of Carcosa.
He thinks to himself and checks his knowledge of religion. He says, I believe I have heard that name before, but it's uttered by a forbidden cult. You may already have known they seem to be dressed in garbs of yellow. I do not know what god they follow, but based on your explanation, I can kind of make a guess. Aside from that, I know that this place that you described, it is not a good name.
Okay.
Yes.
How central are we in the city at the moment?
How central are you in the city at the moment? We would say you are in the southeastern quadrant of the city. So we'll make it simple by saying half the distance between the very center and the very edge.
Okay, that's alright.
Yeah.
Okay. After we're done with these guys, and we got
Yeah.
saying, I'm going to cast locate creature. Not to see if
Which creature are you looking
the guy, the nurse dude.
Okay.
Yeah, Okay, and the range I have be able to affect this is 720 feet.
What did you need originally to be able to make him the target spell? You just need to see him?
So long as I've known the creature, like I've interacted with it in some way.
So long as you interact. Define interaction though. Is it
Well,
talking, touching?
Didn't you fight him?
Yeah, I fought him twice.
You fought him. No, the second time he ran away because you were kind of delayed by the puzzle. The first time you fought him, but I'm trying to figure out whether he summoned something to attack you or
He did.
directly.
Well,
Yeah, he summoned something to hit you. So I don't know.
no,
if-
he-
within
Does
20
it
feet.
count?
we're in the combat in the same room.
Alright.
They were within the 20 feet.
The locate spell is auto. It's not a save throw.
No, there's no saving throw. It tells me
Distance.
it doesn't tell me the distance.
Okay.
It only tells me if he's within the range,
Yeah.
and then it gives he is. It then gives me the direction, and that feeling will continue to change
As you
as
get
he,
closer,
as it,
yeah.
and if he moves.
Okay. You do not detect him in that range that you have described.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's gonna stay active for over an hour. So as soon as he comes within, I will be notified by it.
All right. So 750 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
What do you wish to do?
We walk to both ends.
You are back at the guard's area. He seems quite busy with rounding up those that he feels are affected by the, well, whatever it is.
I will ask him for a room in which we can make some extra plan travel that can be guarded and well restricted.
He says, I can take you to one of our securely interrogation type rooms. It is not in use at the moment. You are free to use it as you wish. You may lock it from
Thank you.
the
Oh, you are
outside
cool.
as well.
So, yeah.
She's
Probably-
wrapping presents.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep wrapping.
Presently.
Alright, what do you wish to do?
We get into the room.
Yep.
I put
You
up-
follow Sasha into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, what does Sasha do?
I cast detect magic on the paintings.
The paintings glow a faint aura of transmutation.
I roll out the painting.
You roll out the paintings of the scenery, so you have got 4 separate paintings depicting, like I say, rolling hills from different views. And looking at them as a whole, you realize that they can be arranged side by side in a way that forms one coherent view.
I arrange them in a coherent view, pinning them to the wall.
Okay?
After pinning them to the wall and arranging them in the correct order,
Mm-hmm.
I attempt to reach my hand through.
As you examine them and you look more at the images, you feel a very strange pull. You can resist this pull if you want. If you do not, then something will happen. Otherwise, I will make you roll an initiative.
I will go through.
You will not resist the pull. You see the paintings kind of like, as Sasha approaches them, she seems to be sucked in towards the paintings and her body dematerializes. However, like looking at the paintings after that happens, Sasha, you don't actually see like a little Sasha appear in the paintings. The paintings just look normal.
So she literally just Mary Poppins us.
She did. Without telling you anything, she just, like, you watched her doing, you go like, what is she doing? And then she just disappears.
I really need to stop drinking. Something that Burbank says.
Burbank is confused as to what happened.
A bit
Your
like-
employer Sasha has disappeared.
And saying that, I
Yes.
walk up to the paintings.
So you do not resist this pull either. You feel the same pull.
Nah, why not?
Alright.
Yeah, I go for whatever.
And Oliver is left alone.